Hello everybody, welcome back to the video series lecture of PPS, and that is Programming for Problem Solving. My name is Jinal Jhala and I am your instructor of this subject. Today we are going to start our practical session on loop. So let's start. Just to see the definition on the screen, that write a program to find multiple of n from the given range of unsigned integer. So what we have to do here, first of all we have to take one range, and the range is in unsigned integer. And what is unsigned integer? The value of integer that is start from the 0 to 65535, that is called as a unsigned integer. And what is the output? We have to print the multiple of n, and n is our one number which you can enter at a runtime. So just to see the example in second line, suppose I am taking n is equal to 5 and my range is 10 to 30, means 10 to 30 unsigned integer, means 10, 11, 12, 13 up to 30. So what are the multiples of n? Means 5, multiple of 5 we have to print here. So 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30 are our output, main multiples. So how we can write here? Think about first input. So here n, and this starting and ending range also we have to enter from the user. So I am taking one variable integer n for finding a multiple of n. Then after, for starting range I am taking one variable that name is start, and for ending range I am taking one variable that name is stop. And we have to also take one variable for loop. And how we can use the loop? From starting range to ending range we have to execute our loop, and in this loop check all the time that if our loop variable is divisible by n, means what is the logic for finding a multiple of n? If our number is divisible by our n value, then it is called as a multiple of that number, right? So one variable I am taking for loop. First of all we have to scan n, start and stop. So write one printf function, enter n, scanf %d ampersand n. Then after, again start and stop value also we have to scan here. Now next scan the value of start and stop. So write printf enter starting limit and scanf %d ampersand start. Now same thing we have to write for our stop. So I am copying this statement and paste, and here enter last limit, and here instead of start just write stop. So our input part is completed. Now our next task is to process, and for process we have to take one loop. I am taking for loop. So just write for, and our variable name is I. So I is equal to start, because when you enter the value of start like 10, then our I value starting from 10, that's why I am writing I is equal to start. Now semicolon, I less or equal to stop. Suppose my stop value is 30, so my loop starting from 10 and ending at 30, and I plus plus. Now our logic part we have to write in our loop. So which condition we will write here? So I am writing if our I is divisible by our n value, then just print the value of particular I. So if I modulo n is equal to 0, then simply print the value of I. So I am writing printf %d comma I. Now how it will execute? So suppose I am taking here n is equal to 5, start is equal to 10, stop is equal to 30, then your loop start from 10 and at 30. Here first of all check the condition. Our I value initially 10, so 10 modulo your n is 5, 5 is equal to 0, so 10 modulo 5 we will get remainder 0, so 0 is equal to 0, condition true. So our if part will be execute, means our printf statement will execute and print the value of I. So in our output first of all print 10, then after our I become plus plus, so our next I value become 11, and check the condition again for 11, that 11 modulo 5 is equal to 0, condition true, but now your condition become false because our remainder will not get 0. So this printf will not execute for 11. Now again our I become plus plus, so now our I become 12. For 12 check the condition, remainder we will get 0, no, again this printf will not execute. Then I increment, means check for 13. For 13 again your condition become false, this printf will not execute. Your I plus plus, check for 14, again your condition false. And for 15 your condition become true because 15 modulo 5 we will get answer 0. So for 15 value this printf will execute, and after 10 our next output will be print on the screen, that is 15. For 16, 17, 18, 19 again your condition become false, but for 20 your condition become true. So in this way we can find the multiple of n. So let's run the program. Enter n, suppose 5, starting limit that is 10, last limit that is 30. So you can see on the console 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's see for another input. Enter n. Suppose I want to print the multiple of 2 and start limit I am entering 10 and end limit I am entering 40. So you can see here the multiple of 2 between the range of 10 to 40. So in this way we can find the multiple of n. But here in definition just see that we have to enter the range of unsigned integer, and I am taking data type as a integer. So what we can change here, just write the data type here unsigned integer. I am writing unsigned, and then after if you take data type as a unsigned integer, then our control string we have to take as a %u for unsigned. So here I am changing %d, here again %u, same for here and same for printf. So the output will be same, but here we can say that it is for unsigned integer, means always starting from 0. Let's see the output. Enter n. Suppose I am entering 4. Enter start limit. Suppose 5. Enter last limit. I am entering 50. So you can see here the multiple of 4 between the range of 5 to 50 are 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44 and 48. Now let's see one another program. The definition of program is like write a program to find sum of digits of given number. Means just see the below example. If I am entering the number that is 123, then we have to do sum of digits, means 1 plus 2 plus 3, and we will get the output 6. If I am taking one input, that is 56, then my answer is 5 plus 6, that is 11. So we have to do sum of digits. So first of all include the library and write the main function. And here our input is one n number, so I am taking one variable, that is n. Then which are the other variables required here? Here sum of digits, so one variable is sum, one variable is required for do sum. So I am taking sum is equal to 0, initialize as a 0. Now when you have to do process on a single number, then how we can differentiate this single digit? You have to use modulo operator, and all time if you do modulo 10 of given number, then always we will get last digit as a first. So for storing this number I am taking one another variable, that name is digit. And first of all we have to scan our n value. So I am entering printf enter n and scanf %d ampersand n. Now which type of loop we can use here? Here we will not use for loop, here we will use while loop. And what is the condition? So I am writing while our n greater than 0, then what is the procedure here? First of all we have to find n modulo 10. So I am writing digit is equal to n modulo 10. Then after we will get one last digit, so add into our sum variable. So I am writing sum is equal to sum plus digit. And now we want our second last number. So our last digit already added here, so we will discard this number and check for remaining numbers. So I am writing n is equal to n divided by 10, and at last our answer will be stored in some variable. So I am printing the value of sum, that sum of digits is equal to %d comma sum. Now let's see how it will execute. Suppose here I am entering 123 as our n value. So first of all it will check the condition that 123 greater than 0, condition true here. Then it will come into loop. So first of all it will find digit is equal to n modulo 10. So here our n value is 123. So find the modulo operation 123 modulo 10 is equal to 3. We will get the remainder 3. Now our digit value is 3. So we can say here the last digit stored in first. Now just add into some variable. So here sum is equal to, our initial value of sum is 0. So 0 plus digit value is 3. We will get answer 3. Now our 3 already added, so just discard 3 and divide the number by 10. So our new number we will get, that is 12, because 123 divided by 10 we will get answer 12. Now again this loop will be execute for our new n, that is 12. So check for the condition that 12 greater than 0, condition again true. So it will again come into the loop. Now digit is equal to n modulo 10. So our new n value is 12 now. So 12 modulo 10, we will get the value of digit is 2, because when we divide 10 by 2, then we will get the remainder 2. So now our digit value is 2. Again add into the sum. So our previous sum value is 3 and our new digit value is 2. 3 plus 2. We will get sum 5. And now again 12 divided by 10, and our new number we will get as a 1, because 12 divided by 10, new number is 1. Now check the condition for new n, that is 1. So here 1 greater than 0, again condition true, again digit value will find. So 1 modulo 10, we will get answer as a 1. Now again sum is equal to sum plus digit. So our previous sum value is 5. So now 5 plus digit value is 1 is equal to 6. And now divide the number 1 divided by 10 and we will get answer 0. Now again check the condition, that 0 greater than 0, condition true here? No. Now our condition become false. So our loop execution will be stopped, and just to see in last sum value is 6. So our final output is also 6. So just to print the value of sum variable. Let's execute the program. Enter n. I am entering 123. So sum of digits is equal to 6. Check for another value. Enter n. Suppose I am entering 345. Then you can see here 3 plus 4 plus 5, we will get answer 12. So in this way we can find the sum of digit. When you have to do process on a single number, then always you have to use this type of loop, while loop, and always use the modulo and division operator. By using this type of condition, you can also do the program for finding the Armstrong number, find the reverse number, and many more numbers. Hope guys you understand this practical session very well. We will meet you soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you so much.